Today, I want to talk about thyroid antibodies. So, when you look at the pathophysiology of Hashimoto's, the immune system is attacking the thyroid gland, and there's specific target proteins that the immune system attacks in autoimmune thyroid conditions. So, with Hashimoto's being the most common cause, the autoimmune response is against TPO, thyroid peroxidase. So, this is the enzyme in the thyroid gland that helps synthesize thyroid hormones. So obviously, if the immune system is attacking this enzyme, it's going to be very difficult for a person to make adequate thyroid hormones. The next major target protein that the immune system attacks in Hashimoto's is thyroglobulin. Thyroglobulin is the main structural protein to be used to make thyroid hormones like T3 and T4. So if that's being destroyed and attacked, it's going to be very difficult to make thyroid hormones. Now, many times, people come up with the dilemma if they're screening for an autoimmune thyroid condition, especially if cost is an issue, which antibody to run. So, when you look at just paying cash for thyroid antibody markers, it can vary from lab to lab. It can be as cheap as $20 for each antibody to as much as $200 to $400 for each antibody. Now, which one has better sensitivity? Which ones are more reliable to identify Hashimoto's? Well, it's been pretty clear with studies. It shows that 95% of people that have Hashimoto's have elevated TPO levels, whereas only 60 to 80% of people that have Hashimoto's have elevations in thyroglobulin. Now, there are people who will have Hashimoto's and only show up with thyroglobulin and not TPO, and there are times where people may switch from TPO elevations to thyroglobulin elevations and then back to TPO elevations. So the takeaway message is if a person wants to get screened for autoimmune thyroid condition and they're looking at the cost of getting the test done and they're on a budget, if you're only going to run one, run TPO antibodies. But if cost is not that big of a factor for the test, it'd be nice to have both TPO and also thyroglobulin.